Hello, in this video I'm going to show you the best settings for gaming on REALME 16 Pro 5G. Alright, let's make sure that we're using the highest refresh rate possible. To do it, open up your settings, then find display and brightness, scroll down a little bit and find screen refresh rate. And let's set it on high, just for the moment when we are gaming. Thanks to that, we will have up to 144 Hz. But you need to be aware that not each game supports that refresh rate, because there is a chance that the game is locked only on 60 FPS, 90 FPS, 120 FPS, and it simply depends on the game. But just to make sure, we can keep it always on high, just when we are playing. After that, you can go back into the standard, or you can pick the auto select. Also, we can open up the phone manager, and in here we should have possibility to click the optimize button from time to time. In my case, I already have 98 points because I have clicked it like 1 hour ago, so that is why I have a lot of points. But in your case, it's always good to simply hit that button before we start playing. We can also perform the storage cleanup to clear some junk files. Okay, we can clean 63 megabytes, so let's do it. Alrighty, and now we can also click on the system boost. Thanks to that, we will also clean up some space. Okay, click on done, and that's basically all. Also, you can add the shortcuts to your home screen for the system boost and the storage cleanup by simply clicking add button. Alright, we can also go again into the settings, then find battery, and we can enable the GT mode for best performance. But remember that in this mode, the device temperature will increase and also the battery consumption will be bigger. So if you finish gaming, you should turn off that mode, because overheating your battery is not the best thing, and we should avoid situations like that. But just for playing, we can enable that mode. Okay, now if you have a lot of apps opened in the background, as you open up the recent apps, as you take a look, in my case I have a lot of them, it's always good to manually close them up, because thanks to that we'll release some RAM of our device and the phone will work faster. Now let's launch our game. I'll show you some graphic settings that you can select. Not each game allows you to do it. I have picked a game in which we can do it. It's the Asphalt Legends. So let's wait until it loads. I'll show you some graphic settings that you can select. Okay, click on agree. Okay, in your game you'll have to find the settings. Okay, find the graphics, and if you have possibility to adjust something in here, always make sure that your frame rate is set on the maximum value. This game is, for example, locked only on 60 FPS, and it's impossible to go higher than that. And down below we have the advanced settings. And now, if you want to have the best performance all the time, you should select the low settings. If you want to have the best graphics, select the highest values. And if you want to have some decent graphics and also good FPS, you can shuffle those settings. You can set them, for example, on medium. You can keep some things on low, some things on high. You just need to try it for yourself to find a perfect preset and perfect settings. But when it comes to the frame rate, always pick the highest value. Also, on our REALME, we have the inbuilt game manager. Simply slide from the edge to the middle. Click on allow. And now we can enable it. Above, make sure that you're using the GT mode. That's the best performance. And down below we have the touch response. We can keep it on ultra touch response. Maybe let me adjust the brightness a little bit because it seems too dark a little bit. Okay. Also, keep the screen refresh rate on high. Down below you have your own gaming preferences. As you take a look, we have a whole menu right in here. We have this chart. When we click on the display, we can select the refresh rate. Always keep it on high. In here we have the controls. We can select the sensitivity for the touch precision, also for swipe sensitivity. As you scroll down, again, we have the touch response. When we go into the tools, we can lock the brightness rating here, for example. I always highly recommend to do it, because during the game, when you have the adaptive brightness turned on, the phone can change the brightness without our permission and we can get distracted by it. So that is why I always lock the brightness on one level. We can also quickly take a screenshot, enable the mistouch prevention, and also enable the do not disturb mode, for example. Thanks to that, to DND, we can block the incoming calls and also block, click on allow, and also block the incoming notifications, so we won't get distracted by notification on our screen. Also a pretty cool thing, worth enabling. And here you can manage some apps and add them into this bar. Alright, and that's all in this video. Thank you all for watching. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, comment and subscribe.